All right, so here's the thing. I've had these wheels and tires for the entire time that I've owned my car. Koenig wide opens are a great wheel. They are very strong and very light. I think they look pretty decent. And for tires, I've been running Continental Extreme Contact Sports, and these are awesome. I would recommend them for like every single street car in existence. The wet performance is amazing. They wear pretty nicely, not a lot of road noise, and they have a lot of grip. However, for track, they're not ideal, at least in the dry. In the wet, it's actually funny because some endurance teams will actually run these tires because the wet performance is so good. So these are Advanti Storm S1s. They might actually look a little bit familiar to some of you. We had these exact same wheels on our first NA Miata. So these are 15x9 with a 35 offset, and they are incredibly light. These are about like 12 pounds, 12 and a half pounds. So they're pretty nuts. It's kind of funny because when you pick it up, you expect it to be like heavy, and it's just not. Like this is nuts, absolutely nuts. So the color for these is Storm Gray. I thought about getting the bronze, but to be honest, for these wheels, it looked a little bit too dark for me. Like the bronze that I currently have is awesome because it's borderline just like a gold. So I figured I'd switch it up, go with a little bit more of a silver metallic kind of look, and I think it's gonna look really, really good. Now for tires, we got these very meaty boys. So these are Falken RT660s. They will be a lot faster of a tire than the Contis that I currently have. I have them in a 225, 45, 15, which will actually be kind of interesting because right now I'm running 205s. So this is going to be a good bit thicker of a tire, but the current wheels that I have are, I think it's 25 or 28 offset. So I think they're actually going to fit pretty similarly despite being an actual wider tire. Now this is going to be the most aggressive tire that I've ever ran in my life. So it's going to be very interesting on track and especially just driving around normally. I am not going to drive this in the wet as often as I can. I do not want to kill myself. I don't know, at a certain point, this is not like a Hoosier. You can drive in the wet, but definitely it's not going to give you a whole lot of confidence. I don't think that I'll die. I think I'll just cry. But anyway, let's go get these mounted. I am super psyched to see how they actually look. Yeah. I'm psyched. All right, tires are dropped off, ready to be mounted and balanced. So yeah, just wait a couple hours and we're good to go. All right, just got a text that the tires are all set. So gonna head over there, grab them. I'm really hoping that they didn't get scratched because to be honest, mounting small tires is pretty difficult. And especially tires with a stiff sidewall like the RT660s can kind of present some issues. So luckily my dad is letting me borrow his truck for this. That is very nice because probably would have had to make a couple trips otherwise. It's also going to be very nice because I've never actually had a brand new set of wheels ever. I've always had hand-me-downs, so this is kind of just like a cool experience for me too because, well, all the wheels I've had have been kind of busted up by other people. So having a brand new fresh set, it's really cool. All right, so just got back from the tire shop. They did an awesome job. Not a single scratch anywhere, which I was really worried about because I've gotten these wheels pretty scratched up. So as you can see here, I mean, these things have gotten pretty mangled. It's just, yeah, man, not great. So I'm super happy with how these turned out. And yeah, I'm gonna throw them on, and we'll see how they first off look, and then if they actually fit. I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
They salute me like a general. Hit the coast of Florida, feeling sorta like a Seminole. No exaggeration, all my literature be literal. Little do they know I do it bigger than they thought it though. Ain't no flexing with this weapon, fuck you think I bought it for. Police call me radical, your wifey think I'm nautical. Ride into that Carter and I get just what I bought her for. Baby say she love me, don't know why she wanna leave me. All this shit out on the
So these wheels look pretty amazing. There we go. The car needs a new battery, so that's the next thing on the list. Just another thing they gotta fix. So I am absolutely in love with how these tires and wheels look. It completely transformed how the car, you know, the whole vibe of the car. Before it was kind of like a classy sort of, like a sports car, and now it's kind of just like a hot boy. One thing that was made very apparent as soon as I got in the car, these tires kick up so many rocks. It's crazy. And now Michigan is essentially, we don't have roads, we just have dirt. That's basically Michigan in a nutshell. So it's really annoying. And I'm pretty sure that my fenders are going to be just eaten up slowly. Well, in terms of ride quality, it's pretty similar. It's definitely a little stiffer. And part of the reason is probably because of the sidewall. The sidewall of these tires are much stiffer. The actual turn-in is very different though. It feels a lot more darty, and it's a lot more responsive now, which is very, very interesting. Like as I move around, I'm putting barely any input in, and the car is just immediately turning. And now obviously I need to get this on track to make any like final judgment on the tire, but you know, on the street I can make some fair assessments. The turn-in is much better, that's for sure. They ride a little bit stiffer, sure. I have not experienced wet conditions, so obviously I have no idea what that's like, but I'm going to assume that it's not great. But these Falkens, honestly, so far, they're not that bad. As soon as you touch the wheel, you give it any angle, the car just jumps in. It's very cool. Now, what I do wonder is, like, on the highway, is it going to be too aggressive and kind of like throw the car all over the place? I hope not. You know, we'll have to see with time. And yeah, there's no rubbing lock to lock, so steering is good. I don't think it's hitting the sway bar, so good on that. And I haven't heard a rub yet, which is good because I've hit a couple potholes and there's not been anything. Dude's right on my fucking ass up a hill. Wow. Okay. So, okay. These tires definitely don't have any grip when they are cold at all. I let off early because I mean that was all wheel spin. So man, you got to get a lot of heat in these tires. Again, not going too fast. These are good. This is a good setup. I really want to get this on a track right now. I can tell that the limit is going to be a lot higher than before. A lot higher. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put them down below. All of my modifications to this car are in the description, so check those out. And yeah, have a good one.
All my niggas fresh up out the mud like a mineral. Riding with them soldiers, they salute me like a general. Hit the coast of Florida, feeling sorta like a Seminole. No exaggeration, all my literature be literal. Little do they know I do it bigger than they thought it though. Ain't no flexing with this weapon, fuck you think I bought it for.